And we're getting ready to go live. Hello, and if you're listening on Royston Radio, welcome to today's show. Today's show is going out on TikTok at 6:30 in the evening. Today's show, for the first time ever, because this is episode 8, I've been doing this show now for 8 weeks. 8 weeks ago, Fons Chamberlain of Royston Radio approached me and said, would you like to do a broadcast? And I said, well, yeah. They said, well, what would you like it to be about? I said, 3 things that I have a passion for. And I think you should broadcast for things that you're interested in. And that's what I've done. I've actually put together 3 things that I find interesting, that I'm passionate about, and that I'm investigating and doing, and they're part of my everyday life. And those 3 things are AI, artificial intelligence, and I love video AI. I've got my own video avatar, which works when I don't work, and I use ChatGPT when I'm researching for any live broadcast. And people are starting to arrive. We're going to say hi to Marty, Harry. Hello, that's a good start. And Stick Drift, welcome. So 3 passions: AI, running and thriving. Thank you for the likes. And this is episode 8. This is the 8th week I've done this broadcast. And as with other broadcasts, this is ad-libbed. I don't have a script. I just have ideas that I'm going to go with during this broadcast. I'm going to say hello to basically to Manette and to Shimbo. And let's go down here. And basically, thank you for all the likes. We've got 172 likes so far. And I've actually got something in my studio as well. Mr. Beast, thank you. And thanks for joining. This is, and then the Thrive is all about thriving in social media. What do you need to do to become known, liked and trusted in social media? And it's not always immediately apparent. Many things that we can actually do to become known in social media. And I'm going to be talking about those later in the broadcast. But I want to start off with AI. And AI, when we talk about AI, I'm talking about, let's go here and just bring this up on screen so that you know the systems I'm talking about. I'm talking about ChatGPT, Gemini and DeepSeek. All of those are free. And basically, in the old days, you could go and you could search on Google and you'd find something. Now, AI is in the picture, and if you go and search for something, you don't need to go Google search. You can go to ChatGPT, Gemini, or DeepSeek. Now, the thing about those is that they've been trained using information. In other words, they scan documents everywhere. And my partner Angelica mentioned today that there is a website which has books on it. And the books are ordinarily copyright, but basically they've ended up on this website and they have been scrolled possibly by one of the AI systems. And say hello to Fred Bob, hello to Artur, and hello to Kodak 59. Hey boss. Welcome, Joe, welcome, Booker, everybody who's joining, welcome to this live broadcast. I'm using TikTok Live Studio. I thoroughly appreciate all the work that's going to TikTok Live Studio. So if you're broadcasting from desktop, search for TikTok Live Studio, download it, log into your TikTok account, and then start to use it once you've been granted permission. Okay. So ChatGPT, Gemini and DeepSeek basically have been, well, DeepSeek is the Chinese one, Gemini is the Google one, and ChatGPT is on its own. And we say hello to, and thank you to joining Aristides, Pickle Rick, Lightcore, Cyforge, Jenny, Lenny Knight, Lily, and a boss. Tomato, welcome. Okay, we've got tomato, we've got pickle. In actual fact, before I came live just now, I was cooking. It's my turn to cook this week, and I started at 5:30 cooking lasagna. Now, I've got my own recipe, as we all have our own recipes for cooking lasagna, and mine involves onions and tomatoes and mince. Normally it would be carrots, but today I had to use leeks. So we've got leeks in there, we've got mushrooms in there, and 2 tins of tomatoes. And we've got pasta, of course, and sheets of fresh pasta from Morrison's. And they're all going to go in the cooker at 7:15. So I do all the prep. Angelica is doing the actual cooking, so I can sit here till 7:30. But it changed my mood. I've got to say, at 5:30 I was tired. Now I'm back enthusiastic and firing on all cylinders. Thank you for all the likes and everything. And over to Harry, just sent 1,000 likes. Harry, you're a star. Thank you. Scar, welcome. And you can have a shout out. Harry, it's Harry's birthday. So a shout out to Harry for his birthday. And thank you for all the likes. And that's Harry Cook. Okay, so Harry, you're going to be mentioned on not just on this TikTok broadcast, but on Royston Radio. This show is syndicated to Royston Radio. After the show, I take the MP3, download it, send it to my good friend Fons Chamberlain, who's a director of Royston Radio. So he gets the audio file, and then 2 o'clock on Friday, listen to Royston Radio. In fact, Royston Radio is live 24/7, and you'll get the best of British music. Well, you get the best of world music as well. So shout out to Royston Radio and to Fons Chamberlain, who is the real Fons, because that is genuinely his name. And the Weenus Man and Fraga, Loco, hello. Now, I've actually got a flare. I don't know when to use the flare. If you've got some advice on using flares, then please let me know. But I'm going to put a flare out. So I cooked the lasagna, it's all prepared. Angelica's just got to turn the oven on, and I shall have a beautiful lasagna round about 8 o'clock tonight. Cooking is a great way to chill and relax and actually do something creative. And I've got my own repertoire, and lasagna is up there. SNM, hello. AJ, welcome. And SNM, hello, mate. You must welcome. I wish I could actually show the comments on screen, but brilliant. Lou, welcome. And I've got a new message. Just let me go down here. And I've got hello from Papu. Welcome. And everybody. Hola. Okay. So we're going international. I mean, the thing about TikTok is it is international. And Spanish. Muy bien. My Spanish is limited. I'm pretty good on French and German, but my Spanish is limited. My good friend Marco Novo, who lives in Portugal, is trying to teach me both Portuguese and Spanish. So who knows one day. And you're just too famous, mate. Going internationally, I know, nationally and internationally. The thing is, though, I mean, that's the beauty of TikTok. Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful for everybody who's actually joining, but it's an international thing, okay? Because after this video, the recording is important, because when you're actually doing this, you're actually creating content in the easiest way possible, because I'm just sat here talking to you. Yeah, and at the same time, I'm actually creating content, and I can take this video afterwards and I can share it. I can share it on Facebook, and share it on YouTube, share it on X, share it on Twitch, yeah, and on LinkedIn. So this video will go everywhere. Unfortunately, your comments don't go with it. That's the downside. If I could take your comments with me, I would, because people would see the likes and the comments on the live show. If you're listening on Royston Radio and it's Friday and it's after 2 o'clock, and you want to get in touch, then you can get in touch with me via Royston Radio. If you're watching on TikTok right now, then all you need to do is send me a message on TikTok saying hello. And people are coming and going and coming and going, and we like this all throughout the broadcast. and all I have to do is to carry on talking. The thing is, doing a video broadcast is visual, so I've got to be on screen in order for you to know what I'm up to. Whereas an audio, I've got to keep talking all the time, because if I stop talking, then there would be dead air on the radio. So that's why I never stop talking when I'm doing this show on Tuesday at 6:30. If you came here because of the post I did earlier, this is the first time I actually scheduled this show for 6:30 today, and I sent out an image. I've created an image for this show, which I'll show you next week. So I can actually promote this, and I promoted it on Facebook, and I promoted it on TikTok, and I'm going to start promoting it everywhere, because the thing is, if you enjoy your broadcast, and I thoroughly enjoy doing this one, then you want to promote it, you want people to join you, and S&M, thank you. You're cheering me up and keeping me going. Everybody who's coming to watch, thank you. I'm holding back on my flare. I've got a flare in the studio, which is the ability to send out a notification to people watching. So let's do that now. And if that works, it'll be good. Other than that, all is good. And use a flare, and it expires later this week. So, okay, and use. Okay, that was simple and straightforward. Whilst you're live, as I am live, then I can send out a flare, and that promotes this live broadcast as I'm live. And I think that's an excellent idea. And when I first started back in January, I used to get lots of flares. Now, not so many, so I use them wisely. And imagination was here for a moment. I use the flares wisely to actually promote the broadcast and let more people know that I'm actually live. And I'm starting to get into how TikTok, Julie, hello, starting to get into how TikTok actually works. And if you came here via a flare, then do let me know. And it says flare in use. And let's see what it says. Ending your live will also end the flare's effect. So the flare has got 29 minutes to go. So people are joining from my profile, and we say hello to user, to Fun Crochet and Matt X. Thank you everybody for actually joining. Viewer count is going up, the flare is working, and all is well. Yeah. Now I've got two broadcasts tomorrow. One of which I actually used AI for, or both of them I used AI for. Basically, when I get a topic, and I'm given a topic by OneStream Live, they tell me what I'm going to be broadcasting about. And they told me that I'll be broadcasting about church broadcasting, how churches can actually use live broadcasting to reach their congregation. And I set out Pat, hello, and Chantel, Ahmed, welcome, and Ahmed, thank you for staying for a moment. I sent out a question to ChatGPT and Gemini and DeepSeek, and the question was, how can a church promote and use live video to reach a congregation? Because I'm doing a broadcast about it tomorrow. At 2 o'clock tomorrow on the OneStream Live YouTube channel, I'll be talking about churches. I'll be talking about church use of live video to reach an audience. And the audience, of course, is the congregation. Now, I'm very fortunate. I live in a small town in Wiltshire in England. And our church is just 10 minutes walk away. It's St. James's Church. And St. James's Church, well, I'll show you a photograph of it next week, but to describe it, it's set in its own grounds to the side of the Crammer. Now, the Crammer is a man-made lake which attracts wildfowl from all over. And we've got swans, we've got ducks, we've got all sorts of wildlife there, including pigeons. And they all come and they spend their days actually on the lake. And the church overlooks the church, the graveyard, and then there's the lake. And it's just a beautiful idyllic setting. It's a typical English country village setting. Now, the church was built, the church was here at the time of Cromwell, because the English Civil War was fought partly in Wiltshire. And there was the Battle of Roundway Hill. Now, Roundway Hill overlooks Devizes, and it's quite a steep climb, and people go up there regularly just to walk out, because you can walk out of town, you can just go up, and you're looking down over Devizes, and it's just picturesque. I mean, it's a typical Wiltshire village. If you've seen Warhorse, then Warhorse, the film, Steven Spielberg, it's the same sort of thing. Okay, similar sort of thing. That's that type of village. And the church, when incredibly COVID started in 2020, and when COVID started, people quite simply couldn't go to church. So they actually held services with no congregation at all. And towards the end of COVID, they actually broadcast the service out onto YouTube. Now, most of the churches that I've looked into, because I was doing some research this morning, as I said, most of the church, and TJ, hello everybody, Magna, thank you for stopping, Sadia, thank you for stopping, Amin, thank you for stopping, okay, Bethany and Ludmilla, thank you for stopping. We're talking about churches using live video. And one of the things that they can do, of course, is to actually broadcast the service. Now, I was looking this morning not only for services in Devizes, but services in Royston. I wanted to know if there are any services broadcast on YouTube from churches in Royston. I found one, which I'll talk about in the broadcast tomorrow. But also, because Google's Google, I searched for Royston and online services, and I ended up in Royston, USA. Royston in Galveston, USA, and they do a regular service. And so does St. James's Church, which I spoke about a moment ago. Basically, if you think of the church, you've got the altar, you've got the pews going down, and then up above you have the balcony. And there are cameras which are located in the balcony looking down at the altar, so they can stream the service itself. So when the vicar's speaking, they can highlight him. When somebody's doing a reading, they can be highlighted. And the service is going out, and it's monitored, and it's going out on YouTube live. And basically, for anybody not able to get to church for reasons, when you can't get to church and you want to hear the service, I think it's brilliant that churches now make great use of live video to actually stream the church service. Anna, hello, and everybody who's coming and going. Thank you for joining. Oh, wow. This flare is working. Monica, hello. Ludmilla, thank you for staying. Harmin, thank you for staying. And Daddy's baby girl, thank you for staying. Yolette, welcome. And if you've got any questions, then please do comment. We've had comments coming in earlier in this broadcast, and I'm grateful to Harry Cook, whose birthday it is today, and to SNM. Thank you both. So that's one thing that churches can do to actually use live video, is to actually stream the service. Now, the beauty of this is that once the service is live, say 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning, people can know what the time of the service, and they can watch it live, and they can interact as well. They can make comments, and they can ask questions, which will be answered during the broadcast itself by the person running the broadcast. And I just want to say it is an amazing service that manages to keep parishioners in touch with the church. And that's what it's all about. A church is part of the community. And let's just find out. I'm going to change up a gear and I'm going to switch cameras. So back in a moment. Okay, this is some research I was doing earlier about how to get more viewers. And I was talking about this. I do a rehearsal for this broadcast at 6:30 on a Monday. And during my rehearsal yesterday, I used this, how to get more viewers. Everybody, hello. How to get more viewers to your broadcast. And basically what it was saying was, because we all want more people to actually watch our broadcasts. And the thing is, promote before you go live. Now, in terms of churches, they know that they're actually going to be broadcasting the service at 11 o'clock on Sunday. So they can announce it, and then they can do it on social media, can do it by email, in newsletters, and on the website. Go live consistently. Churches do go live consistently. They go live every Sunday. And if you're a live broadcaster, then you want to set a regular. So I'm here 6:30 every Tuesday, regular schedule. When I'm broadcasting, I do leverage key SEO and keywords, so I'm easily found. Shannon, hello, and thank you for dropping by. And Louise, thank you for dropping by. You're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. And I'm just going through Authentic Update Blogger. Thank you. Shannon, thank you for staying. Authentic Update Blogger, thank you for staying. And this flare is working brilliantly. I'm glad I need to get another one. How can I get another flare? I'm going to have to broadcast again. Okay, so the thing that you can do, if you're broadcasting live, as I'm broadcasting live now, is you can engage with your audience. And to everybody, Shannon, to Dipji and Ahmed, thank you. Okay, so you're watching AI Run Thrive with Stephen. This is episode 8. We're talking about ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, DaVinci and HeyGen I'll come on to. But the thing at the moment that we're concentrating on, and absolutely brilliant, that flare is working well. Thank you for staying, and I say hello to Cowfish and to Hugo. Shannon, hello. Let's just go back again. And I'm going to go to general. So if you're listening on Royston Radio, what I'm actually doing is I'm switching things up a gear, and we're actually moving out, and I'm using a piece of software called Notion.so. Let me just write that in the comments here. Hang on, just let me get the spelling right. Okay, so, right. And Notion.so is the software I'm using. Basically, I use Notion, 2 or 3 times, 2-3 days a week, because this is where I do all my research. All my research is actually done and stored in Notion. So when I ask a question of GPT or Gemini, I use the Notion.so software to actually record everything. So this has got 3 lots of information. So leverage SEO and keywords, engage your audience in real time. That's what I've been doing. And say hi to Ahmed. Hi. Thank you, Ahmed, for saying hello. And brilliant. And the other thing you can do is engage your audience in real time, which is what we're doing. Harry, welcome. And you can collaborate. Okay, now I've got a Thursday broadcast on TikTok with my good friend Marco Novo from Portugal. And we're hoping to be live on Thursday on TikTok, he and I, and we will be collaborating because I think it's fair to say we're both influencers. Michael, hello. Tosspot Farmer, hello. I think I can get away with that. H. Potter, thank you for staying for a little while. Daz, hello. Now, you can collaborate, and that's a great thing because it mixes things up. You're actually changing tack. Right now, I want to come on to the next bit. So I'm going to come back to me. Mahfouz, hello. Mr. Potter, thank you for staying, or Miss Potter, or Mrs. Potter, thank you for staying. Okay. Where do you actually live broadcast? Where should people live broadcast? Well, first, the easy answer to that is that you should live broadcast where your audience are, which is ordinarily where your friends are. So if your friends are on Facebook, you broadcast on Facebook. If your friends are on TikTok, you broadcast live on TikTok. Yeah, if your friends on YouTube, broadcast on YouTube. But I work for OneStream Live, and OneStream Live allow you to broadcast up to 50 destinations at once. So when I go live on OneStream Live, I can go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, and my website. Yeah, website broadcasting. I mean, the thing is, if my church, if St. James's Church, use OneStream Live for their broadcasting, and they don't at the moment, I'm going to work on them. Well, we'll see what happens. But I can broadcast up to 50 destinations at the same time. Okay? And just upload this recording. Tomorrow, this recording will be uploaded to OneStream Live. I'll say, right, okay, this is what the video on TikTok was about. It's originally on TikTok. People were watching me at 6:30 on Tuesday evening. And this is what I talked about. Because once you've finished, you can actually say what you were talking about. When you set off without a script, you don't know what you're going to talk about. And if you've got any topics for me, then just shoot them in the comments. If you actually put them in the comments. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for watching live. And thank you for staying for a moment. Goat, hello. Tony, hello. So people are coming and going all the time because the flare is working. So, but the thing is, I got an email from Facebook yesterday, and the email from Facebook, Kim, hello, I'm doing fine, Kim. Thank you for asking. That's Kim Mayer. Thank you. I'm doing good, and basically we're talking now about where you can live broadcast, and I was suggesting Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, wherever. Oh, and Substack. You can actually live broadcast now on Substack. If you've never heard of some of these, don't worry. But the number of places that we can actually broadcast live to is growing. I set myself a target. Kim, thank you for staying. I set myself a target earlier this year when I came to TikTok. I had 43 followers and no content. Now, nearly 3 months down, I've got 2,200 followers, and I've broadcast live 2 or 3 times a week on TikTok. Thoroughly enjoy myself, and I'm getting to know people. Ryan, hello, and thank you for stopping by. And say hello to Knox. Okay, so brilliant. Thank you for stopping by. Now, I got an email from Facebook yesterday, and the email said you have until 30th of June to download all your videos before we delete them. Now, the backstory to this is that for the last 8 to 9 years, we've been broadcasting live on Facebook, some of us 2 or 3 times or more per week. And we've got hundreds, if not thousands, of videos on Facebook. And Facebook have now said that they will not store videos beyond 4 weeks. As soon as a video becomes 28 days old, you get a warning to download it, and then it just disappears. So at the end of June, all my thousands of videos on Facebook will disappear. And there's nothing I can do about it. A corporate decision has been made by Meta, by Facebook, that they don't want to keep our histories. I mean, we've got the history of broadcasting on Facebook from when Facebook Live started 8 years ago. Everything we've done is actually on Facebook, and you get to rely on the storage that you've got. And they just said, no, we're switching it off. So by the end of June, all my videos will go. Now, because I was with Be Live and then with OneStream Live, I never just broadcast to Facebook on its own. All my videos are on YouTube. So I want to say a big, Michael, hello. I want to say a big thank you to YouTube, because YouTube have always been the video place. And now that Facebook had changed the way they work, we have to change the way that we work. So all videos need to go live on YouTube for continuity, to be stored. YouTube will store your videos. At the end of this broadcast today, and Deborah, hello. At the end of this broadcast today, what I will do is I will download this video. I'll upload it to OneStream, which is the service that I use, and then I'll broadcast it out to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. It will also go to my website. It will also go on Threads and on Blue Sky. Yeah. So this video is the beginning of something. This is not the end. Dawn, hello. This is not the end. I want to say thank you. Name check. Kim, thank you for staying. Samantha, hello, welcome. Anouk, welcome. Inficore Electronics, thank you for staying. So this video, greatest way to create content ever. This video will go onto YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and Twitch, LinkedIn and my website, and be shown on Threads and Blue Sky. A clip of this video will be playing tomorrow on TikTok, because TikTok have a great arrangement. When you go live on TikTok, your live video is stored. But then you can take clips of your live video and play them on your main profile account. And that's what I do. I mean, I'm broadcasting now for 60 minutes for an hour. What I would not do is expect people on a recording to watch for an hour. So what I do is I just take the first 10 minutes of the broadcast. And the first 10 minutes of the broadcast will be a replay on TikTok tomorrow. And the thing is, I know as a fact, the people who watch recorded video are not the same people who watch live video. We've got two audiences on TikTok. We've got Kim, Samantha, Anouk, and Inficom. Thank you. And thank you for still watching. Josh has joined us, and to everybody who's watching live, you are stars. I do appreciate it. This is Stephen from Wiltshire in England. The broadcast is called AI Run Thrive with Stephen. This is episode 8. I've been doing this for 8 weeks. And in general, I try to keep going for an hour. Now, I don't have a script. This is where quite possibly where I'm going wrong. I don't actually script this. I've been broadcasting now for 8 years. Started before 9 years. I started before Facebook Live, and I've been broadcasting on every single platform you can name. Apart from, I did broadcast on StreamYard, but I was a Beliver then, broadcasting on Belive. And then I discovered OneStream. Now I work for OneStream, who are based in Finland, and I broadcast on their behalf. I'm live for them tomorrow on their YouTube channel at 3 p.m. And I've just been preparing. And I'll tell you what I've been preparing. As you know, I use ChatGPT, Gemini and DeepSeek. If you've got a broadcast to do and you need some topics, that's where to go. ChatGPT, Gemini and DaVinci. If you need graphics. Yazil, welcome. Norma J, thank you. And thank you for stopping for a moment. Everybody who's joining, I want to say thank you. We're going to set a record here for a number of people watching one of my live broadcasts. And I want to say a big thank you, because when I started on TikTok, my audience was 0. Yeah. Now that I've been going for nearly 3 months, I know that I'm going to get people coming and watching. And I do appreciate it. I never ever in a live broadcast take anything for granted. And I don't. You've got to be appreciative of the fact that we can do this. I've got to say, I want to give a shout out to OpenReach, BT OpenReach. We live out in the sticks in Wiltshire, and the internet is not good unless you get full fibre. and we struggled for 12 months to get full fibre, because in order to broadcast live you need at least a 5 megabit upload. I had 3.5, so I was broadcasting for years on the bare minimum. Ideally you should have a 10 upload. Now I've got a 50 and 60 upload. So I just want to say BT Openreach did the full fibre cabling, and it's made a world of difference, because now I can broadcast in high resolution. I can broadcast, if I want, in 2K. And we say hello to Mandy. And oh, right, I missed somebody then. Okay, I just want to say thank you for actually watching. Okay, let's go back to my second camera, because I'm preparing for a broadcast tomorrow. And the broadcast tomorrow is not about, let me go here for a second. The broadcast tomorrow is about church. Okay, so I'm switching over. Now, what I did, and this will come through in a minute, I'm broadcasting tomorrow, and that's what I'm broadcasting. Let's come back to me. I am broadcasting that topic tomorrow. A social media strategy for churches. And I'm building that strategy at the moment. Now, of course, I've got my own knowledge that I'll be using to answer that. But in the old days, and we're not talking so long ago, I would have to rack my brains, literally, to actually come up with topics. Social media strategy for churches. What do churches need to do? What can they do with live video to actually, well, help their congregation, reach their congregation? It's all about reach. So I asked, let's see what I did. So if I scroll down a bit, okay, you can see that the video tomorrow, just a minute, is on YouTube, and you can watch on YouTube. If you are listening on Royston Radio, then you should know that St Thomas of Canterbury in Royston do a live broadcast. Hello, Harry Hardwick. And then we've got Royston in Galveston, and then St James. And this is the St James broadcast. This is my church, St James's Church Devisers. And they broadcast their church service on YouTube every week for people to actually join them. And if you search for St James's Church Devisers, you'll find it. And if can I press play? I'll switch the sound off. And if we go here, you can see that basically the service, they've got a camera which is actually pointing down from the gallery and filming the service live, and this is broadcast out. The live service is broadcast out on YouTube, and people can actually join and watch live. Now, there are a large number of churches actually broadcasting Sunday services. For those who can't make it to the full service but want to know exactly what happened in the service, this is ideal. This is community service and building, because people can actually, well, we can actually watch that. Now, we try and go to church in person, because it's, as I say, it's only 10 minutes away. So we will go to church in person. And so I'm going to come back to me. Okay, and let me just stop that video and come back. Okay, so that's what I'm researching at the moment, and it's basically all about my flare. Has got 1 minute 52 to go. Hang on, what I've got to, Okay, and I'm getting messages. Okay, right. So I'm doing my research. I'm using Notion.so to write everything down. I go to ChatGPT and I put the question, what should churches do with regard to live streaming? I've got a full list of answers from 3 different search engines, AI search engines. And from that, I put together an agenda. Vinny, hello. Oh no, display glasses needed. Okay, we've got a minute of the flare left, a minute and 5 seconds. A flare basically sends the word out that I'm live and people can come and watch and decide whether to stay or not. That's the way it works. So, basically, I do my research and then I shall build an agenda with about up to 10 different bullet points on it. And I do that. I condense everything that ChatGPT and Gemini do, and I take the topics that I know about, understand and appreciate, and then when I go live on OneStream Live tomorrow, I go to Canva and make a show card. Yeah, so the show card has got the agenda on it, and I can use that to show people, because when you're broadcasting live and somebody comes in at the beginning, you want them to stay. The first few minutes of every live broadcast are important, and you've got to make an impression. You've got to be upbeat, you've got to be up for it, and you've also got to say what you're going to be talking about in your broadcast. Now, if you've got a 30-minute broadcast, you want people to stay for as long as they can, okay? So if you put an agenda together and you show that agenda on screen at the beginning and just read through it, then basically people watching for the first 2 minutes know exactly what the broadcast is about, and they may well stay and watch. Kim, thank you for staying and watching. They may well stay longer into the broadcast than they would have done. It's very important. The beginning of a broadcast, hit the ground running, full of enthusiasm, know what your topic is, and show your topic on screen. When I broadcast for OneStream Live, I can't just do what I'm doing tonight. I can't just come in and just talk. I have to have a plan. I have to be a man with a plan. So, man with a plan has an agenda. The agenda goes over to Canva, create a graphic on Canva, bring the graphic into the studio and show it in the first 2 minutes. Then I can keep referring to it throughout the broadcast. Now, what used to happen was I used to forget what was next. You've got sort of 10 items in the broadcast, and I used to forget what the next item was. I'd be merrily talking away, and then what's next? And you don't want to panic. So basically, I'm very grateful that OneStream Live in January introduced a teleprompter. So as well as putting the agenda on a card, a Canva card, I can put the agenda in the teleprompter. Now the teleprompter, which is in the studio, the audience can't see. I can see it, and it's actually down the right hand side of the screen. I can see it and I can read it, but in the broadcast it doesn't show. So I can have the agenda with all the topics on it. I know where I am. Yeah, I know what this topic is. I know what the next topic is. I know what's coming up, and it's there as a visual reminder. And it makes for, when you can go, because what you want to be is to go from one topic to the next. Yeah, take a breather in between. I normally at this point play a video. I might play a video in a second. Forgive me for this, but I might play the run part of this show. I think I will. I'll come back. We're talking about agendas, but let me just put my glasses on, and we're going to take a break for a moment. And park run. I'm going to take that off because we're going to get away from that. So let me just take that off screen. That's going to disappear. That's gone. Okay. What we're going to talk about now is park run. Now, park run started in London, in Bushy Park in London, and this is it, Park Run. And my partner Angelica and I, we love Park Run. And we'll be there this weekend. This weekend we'll be there. I was there last weekend. We'll be there this weekend at Park Run in Devizes. And this week I am a park walker because we're having Park Run are having a drive in this month in April to get more people park walking. There are people who can run 5 kilometres in 17 minutes. Chloe, hello. You can run 5 kilometres. Chloe, thank you for staying. We're talking about Park Run. Okay, that was quick. So I'm going to play a short video about Park Run, which will explain what it's all about. And to do that, I just need to put my glasses on. This gives me a break for a minute while you actually listen to this. Oh, by the way, I'll explain afterwards. Okay, so here we go.
Introduction to Park Run. Park Run is a free, weekly timed 5K event that takes place in parks and open spaces across the world. It welcomes people of all ages and abilities, whether they choose to walk, jog, run, or volunteer. Unlike traditional races, Park Run is focused on community, inclusivity, and personal well-being rather than competition. Participants can track their progress over time and enjoy the social aspect of running with others. History of Park Run. Park Run began in 2004 in Bushy Park, London, when Paul Sinton Hewitt invited 13 friends to a timed 5K run. What started as a small gathering soon grew into a global movement, expanding to multiple locations across the UK and eventually to over 20 countries. Today, Park Run attracts hundreds of thousands of participants every week, creating an international community of runners and walkers. Benefits of Park Run 1. Physical health. Regular participation helps improve fitness, cardiovascular health, and endurance. 2. Mental well-being. Running or walking in nature and being part of a supportive community reduces stress and boosts mood. 3. Social connection. Park Run fosters friendships and a sense of belonging through shared experiences. 4. Inclusivity. It welcomes people of all abilities, from elite athletes to those taking their first steps toward a healthier lifestyle. 5. Volunteer opportunities. People can get involved by helping organize events, encouraging others, and supporting their local community. Park Run's simple and welcoming approach has transformed the way people engage with running, making it more accessible and enjoyable for all. Whether you're looking to improve your fitness, meet new people, or just enjoy a walk in the park, Park Run offers something for everyone.
Right, okay. I have an Achilles heel and it's time to admit it. And Kim, thank you for watching and listening. It's basically that when I play a video, and especially on TikTok, I know I've got to turn my microphone off. And I turn my microphone off, the video plays. And then I've got to switch my microphone back on. Now I can know my microphone's working now because I've got the green slider saying that you can actually hear me. So I know I've got it right this time, but there have been, I was broadcasting live on Amazon today, Amazon.com, and I was selling Garmin's, I was selling Elgato microphones, I was selling OBSBot cameras. And I wanted to demonstrate basically how you could use more than one camera. And I brought on a second camera. I was talking about a USB extension, which allows me to have 4 cameras on screen at the same time. Because I've got a Microsoft Surface and it's only got 2 USB-A slots. So if I've got 4 cameras, it won't work. So I've got this extension I can show you the extension. Just a minute. Let's go here. And I'm going to bring that down. And I'm going to go here. This is my desktop. Okay. And if I take the Royston image off, just a second. Okay. You can see now, this is the unit I'm talking about. This is the USB extension. And it's got 10 buttons on it. And I've got 4 cameras plugged in there and 3 microphones. And I can switch between them. And I was talking about that. And so I've got 2 cameras on screen. Now, if you've got 2 cameras on screen, only one of them can have a mic, which means you've got to turn one of the mics off, which I did perfectly. And I had 2 cameras on screen. I had, if we go here, I had a camera which is there, which is the Nexigo camera, and I had the camera you're watching now, which is the Obswot Tiny 4K. I turned the microphone off on the Nexigo, and I carried on with the show. Yeah, and did everything. And then I thought, I don't need the Nexigo anymore. I'm going to take that off. But I forgot I'd muted my microphone. Yeah, by mistake, my own microphone attached to this camera. And basically I was talking, I was doing probably the best bit of the show, but nobody could hear me because my microphone wasn't on. And this is one of the things about live broadcasting. Things don't always go perfectly. If your microphone's not working, nobody can hear you. And that's what I did this afternoon. So after I'd finished the broadcast, Amazon said, you had a problem at the end of your broadcast. And if there's a problem in your broadcast, they don't save it for you. You can see a theme here about systems deleted. Amazon have got every live. I go live on Amazon at 3:10 on Tuesday afternoon, and I sell. And I sell cameras, microphones, green screens, and basically I'm just telling my stories. And I sell, which is good. It's commission sales. Basically, if somebody clicks an item which is down the carousel down below me and then buys something in the next 24 hours, I get commissioned. That's the way that it works. You've got to qualify to be an Amazon live broadcaster. And if you're interested and you're watching this, then contact me and I'll tell you how you can actually broadcast on Amazon Live, which is the world's 3rd largest website. So if you want to know, then just ask me. But mistakes happen. So I lost a video this afternoon, but I've still got the recording because the recording is on be.live. So I'm not, well, it's just annoying. Yeah. I mean, this broadcast now, the most important part of a broadcast is beginning it first. Yeah. Actually starting the broadcast. Now, at 5:30 tonight, I had a full day. I was tired and I knew I had to go live at 6:30. Also knew I had to make a lasagna. Now, fortunately, Angelica got all the ingredients out for me to make it. So they were all ready. All I had to do was the prep. So I had to prep the mushrooms. I had to prep all the ingredients and then build the lasagna in a Pyrex dish. And that should now be in the oven cooking. That's the theory. Angelica should be cooking the lasagna right now. But by virtue of the fact that I changed what I was doing, my energy levels started to rise. Yeah. And by the time I got the lasagna in the Pyrex dish, I was awake again. Yeah. So advice of the day, if you're doing something and you need to refresh yourself, go and do something different. Yeah. I mean, whenever I go live, I've got Alexa to help me. Yeah.
Sure. What do you want to turn on?
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 7:24 p.m.
Okay. Thank you, Alexa. Normally, next week, I'll be making more use of Alexa because just a minute, I just need to do something. I'll be making more use of Alexa because I will be doing 3 segments next week. Just so you know, I'll be talking about one topic for 20 minutes, another topic for 20 minutes, and a third topic for another 20 minutes. And basically, I will have a structured show. This was free format, no script, no nothing, talk for an hour. Well, I can't talk for an hour. I can only go 59 minutes, 59 seconds on TikTok, and then I need to start again. So I am keeping an eye on the clock, and it's not because I want to rush off. It's just because I want to close the show in an organised fashion before we get to the hour, rather than panicking. I know from experience what happens when you get over an hour in a TikTok broadcast is you get a notification saying the broadcast will close in 5 minutes, because you're only allowed to broadcast for 60 minutes at a time on TikTok. As soon as you're finished, you can start a new live broadcast, which is absolutely brilliant. But whereas on YouTube, you could broadcast for 8 hours, on Facebook, you can broadcast for 4 hours. TikTok's got an hour's limit. I understand why. TikTok also stores your live broadcast for 28 days. And what you do is, what I shall do when this broadcast is over, is I shall take the intro and I'll use the inbuilt editor in the TikTok live studio, which is absolutely brilliant. And I should cut that down, and that will be on my profile tomorrow as content, keeping things ticking over. Yeah, I did the live. I always do a practice on Monday nights. I practiced last night for half an hour. Yeah, because let's face it, if you can talk for an hour, you can do half an hour without a problem. So I do that, and I make sure the camera's working, I make sure the microphone's working, and all is good with the world. So when I do go live, I know everything works. That's my thing. I always test the night before a big broadcast, and this TikTok is a big broadcast, an important broadcast. I always test first. Right, just a reminder, if I bring this back on, not that one, press the wrong button. Okay, I should, just a minute. Let's slow down a minute. I was going too fast. Just a sec. Okay, if I go there and bring that. This show is syndicated to Royston Radio. Royston Radio are based in Hertfordshire. My good friend Fons Chamberlain is a director of Royston Radio, and I send the recording, the MP3 from this TikTok show to Fons, and I will be on Royston Radio. If you want to listen to this again, I'll be on Royston Radio at 2 o'clock on Friday, but I'll be voice only. And that's why this show is an hour long. Simple reason. On radio, terrestrial or internet radio, Royston have an app on iPhone and Android, and they've got the website. And they're on Alexa. Alexa, play Royston Radio.
Starting Royston Radio.
Alexa, stop. Okay, so all you need to do is to Alexa is say, Alexa, play Royston Radio. Alexa, stop. Alexa, play Royston Radio. And she does, but I use it for a timer, 20 minutes gone, 40 minutes gone. So I get a reminder to actually change topic. So that's what I'll be doing. And I want to say a big thank you, Tim, thank you, to everybody who's joined me today, to everybody who's listens to this broadcast on Royston Radio, to Fons, to Angelica, who's cooking lasagna right now. Have a great week, everybody. I'll be back again with an organised show next Tuesday. But this has been Stephen from Wiltshire in England. Bye for now. I'm going to try and press the right button. Bye. That's a wrap.